Hey, what's up guys? This is Anthony from Anthony's Customs, and for this review, we are looking at the new Marvel Legends Deadpool, which is part of the 80-year / retro carded version of the figures wave. Not really a wave, even just kind of like an individual release. They come in a big white box, but this is the draw right here. And I have to say, I told the people when I did the unboxing on Patreon, this is the most nostalgic feeling 80 years carded figure Hasbro has done. When this guy's in the package, and I actually ordered another one just so I could keep it in the package, it is all kinds of nostalgic. It just looks so cool. And I think if you guys are out there, those of you who do collect these on the card, if you haven't gotten this yet, get it. You're gonna love it, just for the on the card sake. Now, there is, of course, the need to review the figure as a figure because some people aren't going to give two patoots of about the packaging, not of the packaging. So we're still going to review this guy, and there's some stuff to talk about. But the packaging and on the card presentation, forget the white box, who cares? This right here is fantastic. I loves it, and I likes it, and I think you will too. But we have to talk about this guy. So let's go ahead and get him off the stand and take a closer look. This guy stands just about 6 3/8 inches, which makes him pretty close to 16.5 centimeters. By the way, I want to point out, this is the same ruler I've been using since I started reviewing, and I actually had it back in middle school, but I was at Walmart the other day. They still make these almost exactly the same. So that was irrelevant. Anyway, as far I don't know why I talked about that. Does it matter? No, doesn't matter. Anyway, Deadpool, here we go. It's metallic blue and red. Why? Well, it's for the shading in the artwork that they used to have, and maybe the original figure looked like this, I don't know. I don't personally hate it. I would prefer that it was just the black with the shading, but this definitely has a certain look, and I think most people recognize that and will appreciate it. I think they definitely went overboard with the lightness of the blue. It's very blue. It's not saturated, but it's blue. It is most certainly blue. So yeah, I think it would probably look better if they just kind of toned it back a little bit, but it still does have a certain look to it. It's not terribly noticeable until you get to like the face or the belt or like the little details where they're definitely supposed to be black, you know, and it doesn't look black. So definitely could look better, but I definitely appreciate what they were going for. As far as the paint job itself though, fuzzy nurples right here. His chesticle paint job is very fuzzy. It almost looks like it's feathered in to be shaded. Like I thought it was out of focus when I first zoomed in, but it's not. It's just that fuzzy. And then the paint job on the buckles looks like, oh, I can't make that joke. Well, Michael J. Fox makes jokes about himself on TV all the time, but I'm not gonna do it. Anyway, the paint job's pretty sloppy up here. It's pretty fuzzy here. The arms are very sloppy as well. Some are better than others, I'm assuming, but mine are pretty darn sloppy. It's pretty sloppy everywhere, honestly. The paint job's not great. Hasn't been good on a Deadpool figure for quite some time. It's unfortunate. This one's not terrible compared to some of the other ones, but it's not great. We do have some nice things though. These pouches and straps are molded in the bluish gray. These are in red. They are accurate to the source material. Same thing for the harness. I'll give them that. The face is painted pretty well. The eyes are silver again. Takes me back to those old 10-inch Marvel figures where they were like completely metallic, and I never owned any, but I always thought they were cool. Yeah, I don't know. I think it looks good enough. I'll give it a... Well, the paint's awfully fuzzy and sloppy. I'll give it a 7. If the paint was better, it'd be fine, but it's really not. So I do like some of it though, but yeah, really sloppy chest paint. Luckily the harness hides it, but the harness is ugly too, so not great. As far as accessories go, we do get his big rifle, which is like an M16 with a grenade thingy and a scope, and it's not that great, but it's, well, if it's automatic, that'd be an M4, huh? Anyway, we don't know if it's automatic. It could be anything. It's all kinds of warped from the packaging. Don't care about that. I can fix that. But the paint's okay. It's not great. It's a little questionable, but it's okay. We do get a 1911 style pistol, which has a yellow handle. If that's accurate, then that's a good thing. I don't know why they did that, but I'm assuming they did it on purpose, and I didn't think to check that little detail, so it's fine. That's good. It doesn't matter if it's not accurate anyway. Who cares? And then we do have a couple of subguns, which look pretty good, except they have no detailed paintwork on them at all. And then we do get his swords, which are typical fare for Hasbro. Nothing special. They're okay. They're little straight swords that are a little kind of chubby. They look like old toy swords rather than actual swords for a person this size, but they're okay. So I will say that's a decent batch of accessories. I will give them an 8. I would go 9 if we had like an alternate hand or an alternate head or something like that. I do like the guns, and that's 8's a good score, but I don't want to get carried away here. Okay, let's talk about the articulation. We've seen it all before, but we're going to do it anyway because that's why we're here. Uh-oh. Oh boy, it's awfully stiff. Oh man, that's what she said. But it really is. I can't get the head to move. That's, nope. Anyway, it rotates. I can't get it to lean forward and back at all, really. Just like the tiniest little bit. I don't know what's up with that. I don't know. But it used to work, so maybe mine's just stiff. But it does rotate at least. I mean, it's your standard ball peg on a hinge, so I don't know what the deal is. We have a butterfly joint. It's a really good butterfly joint. Somebody told me that all of their butterfly joints get really loose. I've only had that happen once, and it came that way. I haven't had any get worse as time went on. Not that I pose my figures a bunch or anything, but I haven't experienced that. So if you guys have, let's talk about it in the comment section below. Let me know. Is that a common thing that your butterflies on your Hasbro Marvel Legends get loose? Because mine are fine. Huh. Well, this one's kind of loose. But that's like how they come sometimes. So I don't know. Let me know. All right. Shoulders do everything they're supposed to. That's fine. Bicep swivel. We still have bubbly arms. Very bubbly. Like that shouldn't look like a figure 8 right there, but it does. But you won't notice it probably. Double jointed elbow works just fine. We do have a wrist swivel and a hinge. I want to point out both of the gun hands are actual regular gun hands, so that's nice. No pinky finger sticking out, so I appreciate that. I do wish we had the other kind of hinge though, the vertical hinge rather than the horizontal hinge. Much more useful for holding a gun. Whereas you often don't hold a gun like this, but your hand is almost always tilted when you hold a gun like that, or at least a little bit. So that's not so useful. Ab crunch works all right. The harness flexes enough that it's fine. It does make the harness bulge, but you should be able to tweak it enough to be okay. So that's pretty good. Waist twist is fine. Belt is soft enough to not be a problem. Hips, about 45. That's sufficient. That's okay. These guys are floating. They don't fall off as easy as Cyclops's though, so that's nice. Legs go forward. They don't really go back. Out to the side was good. Thigh swivel is fine. Double jointed knee is fine. Shin swivel is in there, and it's a nice sculpt, so if you don't want to use it, just don't. Feet go all the way back, pretty far forward, and have a really solid ankle rocker. So, articulation on this guy gets an 8. It's pretty darn good. I think that's fine. If the wrists were better, we'd get a 9. Maybe if the head was a little bit better, that would support the 9 too. But an 8 is definitely a strong score. I'm going to go out on a limb. I'm going to go out on a limb, guys, and you can let me know if you disagree, because I'm sure you will. Actually, no, I tend to only get disagreement when I say something's not good. When I say something's good, it's wonderful. It's interesting. It's an interesting phenomenon. I'm going to say, back on that limb, this is the best Deadpool they've released, including the accessories and everything. This is the best Deadpool Hasbro, at least Hasbro, maybe including Toy Biz, has released. You can talk about that if you want to in the comment section below. But I think it's the best one. Not personal preference, just actually objectively the best. I would rather it not be blue, but I think it's fine personally. But I think overall it's the best. So we'll talk about that. Anyway, okay, final verdict on this guy. I think I gave him an 8 for everything, didn't I? Maybe I did a 7. I'm gonna go 8 overall though. He could get a 9 if he had cleaner paint or vertical wrists, things like that. But an 8 is still a really strong score. That's what he gets. I think he's the best Deadpool attainable right now from a domestic company. Let's put it that way. So there it is. Thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed this video, please do give it a thumbs up. If you did not enjoy this video, that's okay. And if you want to subscribe, you should. There's a button for it. You could click it. I have new videos up just about every single day, and thousands already on the channel. So make sure you come back for all of that. And in the meantime, keep collecting.